Hey everybody, hope you guys doing alright. So, again, like there's good and evil to everything. So I'm not trying to hate on reptiles. They're not, I mean, I'll be real with you. I'm not the most comfortable with like snakes and stuff. I got a buddy who, he's actually very fond of reptiles, and that's cool. And like, he really gets along with them, and that's fine. And I've gotten a little bit, more fond of them because of him. And I think there's good and bad in everything. So I'm not trying to hate on reptiles or anything, but there is something strange here in Portland, Oregon, that I've seen in this neighborhood, especially. That perhaps maybe tomorrow I'll go on some walks and I'll show you guys. But oddly enough, in more than a couple of really wealthy houses here in Portland, Oregon, there is a collection of dinosaurs, like toy dinosaurs, really, like just like laying in the front yard of these houses that are very wealthy, or very wealthy houses. And it's just curious. And I've always picked up on kind of a slightly ominous, nefarious feeling upon seeing these things, and it wasn't like the type of like situation where like kids just left these toys out. It was more like they were like putting a sign out, like saying like, "Hey, you know, there's dinosaurs here." Just being real with you guys, I'll show you it all tomorrow. It's nighttime right now and shit, but it's just strange. And then if you look at everything else that's going on with the eagle, the Romans, like how they operated, it's all very reptilian. It's all very domineering. It's all very much conquering and raiding and plundering and savaging and doing what the fuck they want to do and not giving a fuck as long as they have the power to do so. So, which is very different than the way mammals coexist with each other and the rest of life forms. I've seen mammals on the Discovery Channel, or not Discovery Channel, but some type of nature shows that they will actually help out other mammals just for the sake of helping out other mammals, and that's something that I haven't actually seen any other reptile do. They could. I just haven't seen it. It doesn't seem to be. They're very much more solitary creatures, so it makes sense that they wouldn't be as prone to do so as mammals. Now, again, I'm not saying that all reptiles are bad, but I'm just saying there are differences between reptiles and mammals. And yes, human beings do have, that we have the part of our brain that is reptilian, so we have an aspect of that ourselves. But let's be real, we're warm-blooded creatures. We're much more like mammals than we are reptiles. So anyways, and again, this is nothing against reptiles because I have a lot of respect for them. And I think they're fascinating creatures, and I think there's good and bad in everything. And even the bad ones are here for their own reason too. But it is important for human beings to know that these domineering creatures want us to be more like them so that they can gain control over us, because that's their power level. Like domineering and anti-socialism and all that type of shit, that is not the mammalian way. That's not where human beings get most of their most high power. Our most high power comes from love and taking care of things, which is not a reptilian way. I mean, it just doesn't make sense that you'd be able to do that stuff and still be domineering and antisocial and all this type of shit. It's much more conducive for the evilness and the evil ways, the negative ways, the nefarious ways to be more reptilian. It is what it is. Like if you're going to go that route, like, you're going to gain more power if you act in that manner. Whereas if you're trying to go the more loving route, the more good route, the more of giving life and love to everything else, that's more of the mammalian way of doing things. So, anyways, I just want to share that. And again, nothing against reptiles. I'm just being honest with you, and I'll share with you guys tomorrow, perhaps, these yards out here in this direct neighborhood that have these literally an assortment of dinosaur toys, just like a lot of times around trees too. And there's also other yards that have a lot of gnomes and like pretty cool stuff. So I'll show you guys. All right, I love y'all. Take care. Bye.